I'm Julia Kirkwood, and I'm an Environmental Quality Analyst with EGLE's Water Resources Division. Today, I'll be demonstrating the Ecological Restoration EnviroScape model, which can be checked out from EGLE's Lending Station. This model can be used to demonstrate how protecting wetlands and native plants help keep us and our environment healthy and safe. Wetlands are areas that include both land and water and are home to a wide variety of aquatic plants and animals. Swamps and marshes are common examples of wetland habitats, but you can find wetlands all around you, near lakes, along rivers, and in places you might not expect like forests, meadows, even beaches. The Great Lakes coast are home to some of the most diverse wetlands in the state, and acre for acre, our state's wetlands produce more wildlife and plants than any other habitat in Michigan. Wetlands work hard to soak up floodwater and pollution like a sponge. Let's use our model to demonstrate how this process works. First, we'll see how polluted stormwater runoff affects water bodies with wetlands and native plants present. The sponges represent wetlands, and the felt strips represent strips of native vegetation, also known as buffer strips. We'll start by identifying potential sources of pollution on the model. On the farm, lawns, and golf course, the green drink mix represents fertilizer, and the red drink mix represents pesticides and herbicides. At the construction site, forest, farm, and stream banks, the cocoa powder represents bare soil. In the factory and along the roads and other paved areas, a mixture of cocoa and water represents oil, wastewater, and other chemicals that are released from vehicles and industrial sites. Watch closely as we simulate rainfall with a spray bottle. We can see that the wetland sponge is full of red and green dye, which represented pesticides and fertilizers. The roots of wetland plants have soaked up the polluted runoff, keeping it out of the nearby lakes and rivers. It isn't just plant roots that help filter water in a wetland. Wetlands are also home to tiny microorganisms that eat waste and excess nutrients. Wetland plants and the microorganisms work together to clean our water. Many wetlands, like the one by the farm, already exist naturally, but some of the wetlands are not naturally occurring. Wetlands, like the one near our factory, are built to filter wastewater or help reduce local flooding. We use a thinner sponge to represent artificial wetlands because while they are still helpful, they often don't provide the same support as natural wetlands do. Restoring or constructing an artificial wetland is challenging, which is why it is so important to protect the wetlands we already have. Now, let's see what happens without wetlands or native plants. After drying the model, remove the wetlands and buffer strips of native plants. Then, spread the pollutants again. When natural buffers are removed, there's nothing to slow down or soak up stormwater runoff, and pollutants can flow directly into nearby lakes and rivers. When wetlands are lost, this increases the risk of flooding because the water that wetlands used to hold now flows downstream. Wetlands don't just provide us with cleaner water and flood protection. They also provide food and habitat for many plants and animals. So destroying a wetland affects the whole ecosystem. 1/3 of endangered species in the U.S. are only able to live in wetlands, and almost half of all endangered species rely on wetlands for their survival in some way. Michigan currently has nearly 6.5 million acres of wetlands. While this may seem like a lot, over 50% of the state's historic wetlands have been drained or filled since the 1780s, and we've lost closer to 70% of our coastal wetlands. Because of the role they play in keeping us safe, protecting our remaining wetlands is very important. To learn more about Michigan's wetlands and how you can help protect them, visit michigan.gov/wetlands. And to check out the ecological restoration model from EGLE's Lending Station, visit EGLE Classroom. Thanks for watching.